Hey everybody, Jay Barino here. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me this week. We're playing the StarCraft 2 Weekly Mutation, and I'm joined again by Subsorian.
Hey guys, I have Deltron hostage and you're never going to see him again.
Last week, your intro got cut off. Sometimes my encoder just does this weird thing where, like, 10 seconds early in the video just get cut out, so...
Oh yeah, no, I've seen that happen before. Yeah.
But yes, here we are, and this one looks, hopefully, a noticeably easier than last week's.
Yeah, it's Outbreak Slim Pickings on Dead of Night, which isn't... I've never been a fan of Slim Pickings. The macro ones always mess with me, but...
Likewise.
Yeah, but this one shouldn't be too bad. I'm probably going to roll Stukov because just Stukov on Dead of Night is pretty easy because your defense is also your offense.
Right.
And also that means I can focus Slim Pickings and you can actually play a commander that can push out, which is probably more true.
Yeah, I mean, the Outbreak basically just means that you're going to keep getting attacked during the day. That's the only real thing the only consequence of that I can see.
Yeah, and I'll have bunkers, so it's really not going to matter.
Okay. I really think most commanders would be fine here.
Pretty much, yeah.
See, I did Kerrigan on the last one where I said that.
Hey, it kind of worked out.
My instinct is always to go Tychus, just because I enjoy Tychus, but his defense really isn't there. I'll do it.
So, yeah, do it. His defense, I would argue his defense is there on Dead of Night because you can go Blaze, and once you get the Spreading Flame upgrade, that covers an entire lane.
True. I guess that's what it's more that he can really only cover 2 lanes.
Yeah.
Maybe, I mean, mostly 1. I mean, for me, it's going to be 1. I think, you know, someone slightly more diligent would cover 2 with him.
If you're really good with Cirrus, you can do 3, but then you have to really maneuver pretty well with that and make sure, like, when a stank comes, you move your force to that. Yeah, you don't want to solo defense with Tychus, but he can back up.
I mean, the auto turrets are fine, but it's just he's so mineral heavy to do anything really with him.
Oh, actually, yeah, he's going to be it'll be a little rough with Slim Pickings, I imagine. Actually, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, it will be early. I think later it'll be fine.
Yeah. I can be on Slim Pickens duty this time because I imagine I'm not going to... Stukov doesn't need too much micro.
Wait, so you can do the defense, you can do the offense with Stukov, and you can do Slim Pickings.
Yep.
So I'll just AFK. I'll come back in about 20 minutes and assume that we won.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you would definitely be better on the offense. My offense is pretty much going to be click with the Infested and eventually we'll hopefully win.
Once I get Rattlesnake, I mean, I think honestly, like, Tychus and Rattlesnake is really almost exclusively what you need in many cases. You don't really need... You could probably clear most maps with just those 2 with their upgrades.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And I've seen people who are people who are really good can do it with, like, even without Rattlesnake with the healing from Medivacs. Though, granted, that was largely before they nerfed Medivacs, so I don't know how that works nowadays. I'm behind the times on my pro Tychus play.
Early gas is always the thing.
Yeah, because it's a gamble whether any's going to spawn.
On the plus side, at least I get Tychus for free. So I always will have him, but yeah, I need to get Kev. Also, yeah, not being able to really collect at night is going to be a challenge.
Yeah, we'll only pretty much have our base.
If I can somehow get Kev out for night 2, then we'll be cooking with gas. Or day 2, I should say.
Yeah, I think that one will be good.
I'll just keep patrolling in the base if you want to...
Yeah, I'll just poke outside, see if there's anything.
Okay.
I think, and I haven't looked too far into it, I think it's gradually, like, kind of spreads out where it spawns. Like, it won't spawn on the corners of the map.
I think so.
There should be a few. Yeah, there's some gas here.
You know, I realized Vorazun or maybe Zeratul would be good on this as well, because they both... I mean, just being able to run around at night with cloaked units. Because the only thing that can spot them are, like, the heroic...
So sort of. The enemy will automatically spawn detectors, which is really annoying when we have Terran because it will spawn ravens, and the ravens will get bored and then attack your middle line.
You're right, yeah. Well, we've gotten a good amount of minerals already, I will say, so I'm less concerned about that. I do think that it's worth getting geysers.
Oh yeah, I've been.
I mean, the thing with minerals is you need your SCV to be alive long enough to return 50 times to be worth it, so it's kind of hard to justify that.
Yeah, whereas with gas, you need a lot less of it.
Yeah.
Plus a lot more. Oh, that's the outbreak. I was curious why Infesto were spawning.
Yeah. Well, and your bunkers don't cost gas, right? Unless I missed
It is just minerals.
Okay.
Which is not though I'm a little late on mine.
The sun is down.
Oh well.
Defend
It's fine, I have
against the
Tychus.
infested until it rises again.
What's going on?
Good old grenades.
I
And I'll have waves that I can throw out.
Enemy zone detected.
All right, Kev. Well, I need to get the prerequisite building. Good job, Jay Barino.
Oh, it's okay. I did the same thing where it's like, oh right, I need a engineering pay for this.
Yeah. I should probably... Well, you usually need detection of some sort, too. Oh, I hate the Hunterlings. I hate them.
Yeah. This is gonna have to spawn an apocalypse in my base.
So irritating.
Yeah, it just means you have to put a turret or something behind your mineral line. And It's
Right.
real annoying, but
Well, and, I only have one unit. There's
Yeah.
Kev, but, like, if one gets stunned, womp womp.
yeah. No, that's the choker, or the chokers are the ones that really annoy me with Tychus.
Oh, yeah, those are worse. You're right.
They they actually nerfed it because it used to be a lot worse, where they could basically stun your entire army.
I guess I'll just leave my units up front and then move around with an SCV to try to pick up whatever I can find. Also, like, your infested Terrans are likely to just inadvertently pick stuff up because they're just going to be wandering all throughout the map during the day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, whatever.
Don't even need to pay attention to them.
Yep.
Put them on a path. Break for lunch.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, resource-wise, I feel like I'm pretty flush. Like, I'm not having too many problems.
I'm having a little, but that's mostly because bunkers are just expensive. I'm having a little mineral issue, but nothing too bad.
Right.
Allied forces
I
are
could
under
get level
attack.
2.
Will do.
I think I'll wait. Get another bunker.
I guess just in general, the... I'll get it. I'll go for that Hunterling in your base.
Oh, thank you.
Allied forces are under attack.
So annoying.
Oh, it's incredibly frustrating.
The bunker upgrades, though, that increase how fast they can heal really makes a big difference, I feel like,
Oh,
for
yeah.
you.
The armor, too, is just pretty crazy.
Yeah. We're not... It feels like there really aren't that many resource spawns in our base. One thing I noticed from the lock and load map was it really seemed like resources spawned a lot faster when you didn't have vision. I doubt that's actually true, but it really seemed that way.
I could see that. I'm not sure if that's true, but I could easily see it.
Yeah.
I'll just throw in the Alexander.
Alexander,
Upgrade is
I
ready
am
for
glad
use.
you're out. Never saw it like this.
I've got another sector with structures on my scanners.
I just realized that when it spawns, he says, "I'm glad Gerard never saw it like this." Never
Oh, yeah.
realized that's what he says.
No, moderately depressing.
Yeah.
There's a lot. They did a fantastic job with, and you know me, I'm the big UED fan.
Yeah.
But they did a fantastic job theming Stukov in this.
Yeah, all the little things they did, yeah.
Yeah. I was always sad that he didn't get, like, for some maps they'll do special lines, and I was really hoping they'd do special ones with this one, because Morales is one of, like, his subordinates, and they referenced that in Gears of the Storm, but they didn't really do it here.
Mm-hmm.
She's supposed to be one of the medics you send to enslave the Overmind in the last UED level, which I thought was a cool little
callback, yeah.
Yeah. The whole retroactive, this character was here all along.
You never knew.
Never knew it. It's like Probius.
Our allied base is under attack.
Alright.
Let out.
Just getting my basic upgrades here. This is, I mean, for a first day, we didn't accomplish... Well, actually, you did a lot up there.
Just 2 areas. Nothing too bad.
Just got to start bunkering up the back.
Yeah, I'm...
What's going on?
Resources, though.
Yeah, resources has been the issue.
Every last bit of it. Detecting more
Now
structures
Overlords are
at
the
this
issue. Oops.
location.
Now, I don't have the nuke for the Odin, but I guess I'll just use it anyway. Whoops.
Yeah, oh well. I mean, it'll be off cooldown by the next night, probably.
Yeah, the barrage is still good, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Don't go out too far. There isn't much time left in the day. Our allies' base is under attack.
Okay.
So far, the outbreak spawns have been pretty non-threatening.
It's only at the end with the aberrations I've noticed. That
Yeah.
Things start getting out of hand.
Allied forces are under attack.
I should actually start microing these a little bit.
I knew the infestation was bad. This is crazy. Hold them off.
Well, I think maybe at nighttime I'll mostly just focus on picking up resources if you just focus on making sure we don't die.
Okay, I can do that.
I'm a bad man.
And I can just leave Tychus and Kev like at the back entrance or something.
You can't.
Yeah, that'll work. If you just cover a lane
That isn't
while I build up. I should actually hotkey these.
Upgrade is ready for use.
Because a day I'm going to want to at least unload a few.
You gonna bark all day?
Yeah, I mean, there really aren't too many resource spawns in the base at night. That's the thing.
Let us see
Allied
what
forces are under
additional
attack.
infestation can do.
You know what's funny is I feel like I've gotten a surprising amount of gas, like more than I would have expected.
Yeah, no, that's kind of... I'm having the same thing
Detecting some
where...
spotters.
Oh, there's some
They can
spotters. Shoot.
fly, so you better keep an eye on them.
I'm floating at
The
2,000
infected are
gas now and I have
transferring
nothing to
to
spend it
one of
on.
our
Yeah, yeah.
That isn't here, no magic word.
Spotters are pretty
Our allied
irritating,
base is under
especially for
attack.
you because they just outright disable the buildings.
Yeah, yeah. I could... If I microed correctly, I could do some
Allied
unloading
forces
stuff
are
with
under
it,
attack. Allied forces are under attack.
but that's more ATM than I have.
What I'm going to do is make turrets on the high ground, if only to provide vision for when resources
Our
spawn up
allied
top.
base is under
Oh, that
attack.
makes sense.
I'm going.
Shoot.
It seems my structure
Allied
requires
forces are under
more
attack.
infestation.
Our allied base is under attack.
I think you end up getting hit by hunterlings
Our
more
forces
often,
have
which I
seen
know is
allied
annoying.
forces are under attack. Our
Yeah,
allied
the-
base is under attack.
So now the problem's spotters. I'm not doing much of a harassing. The mineral line's not too important.
Yeah, I killed the one in your base.
Looks like Amon wants a piece of us too. Get those defenses in place.
Yeah, shoot, I am noticing that the big issue is
Our allied base is
we don't have a
under
ton of
attack.
spawns in our base.
Yeah, I mean we have vision on most of the base, but I can't get any. I mean I can keep the back covered for this time, and if you just,
Yeah.
I mean you don't even, like you said, just throw out the psi emitter and focus on building defense for
Don't
next
give up,
time,
commanders.
for the next
This
night,
nightmare is about
then
to
we should be
end.
okay.
Base is
Yeah,
under
yeah.
attack.
And I've got a
Allied
steady
forces are under
spawn.
attack.
Dang, there's a lot. I wonder if this is the outbreak, like, kind of stacking up.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of extra units because of that.
Double the infestation, double
Allied
the power,
forces are under
yes?
attack.
I'm a bad man.
I'm gonna go to the upper right.
Alright.
Our allied sunrise. That's our cue to move.
I'll
We won't
keep
have enough
pushing
time
left.
later if we destroy too few structures today.
I think if we spread out a bit, we could probably get all the stuff, or the pickups while we're out.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to. It's gonna be really hard, I think, to pick up during the day though, just because the enemies are gonna keep spawning.
That's
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
sending you the coordinates for more structures.
I think they spawn on a timer though, so once like it's. I think so because they spawn out of enemy buildings,
Yeah.
the propagators.
Detection.
Yeah, it's their usual go-to on spawning.
Yeah, so I guess this is just, it's sort of a downhill, like the more that you do, the easier it becomes for the infested, because they can only come from one specific direction.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I lost some forces up north. Or my...
Allied forces are under attack. That's low. Our allies' base is under attack.
I missed one building. Come on.
Allied forces are under attack.
Yeah, I did the same thing. So focused on getting pickups to,
I know. Yeah, I mean it's not as easy, I think, as I may have initially expected, but it's still pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly not last week. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get this one.
Allied forces
Spectres
are under
here.
attack.
I have to tell you.
I think I can just ignore lurkers.
Sending you the coordinates for more structures. Allied forces are
Infestation
under
doesn't
attack.
Yeah, like I keep sending
Our
SCVs
allied base
out,
is
but
under attack.
I think they're getting caught.
Yeah, there's a few. Some weird hybrid spawn. I haven't seen that before.
How's the defense?
Not as good as I'd like, but I'll manage.
And I can cover a direction.
Yeah, if you can get next night, I'm probably gonna need right lane
Our
cover.
allied base
Okay, yeah,
turrets
that's
are under
fine.
attack. For hitting our SCVs. That's low.
Messed up.
Looks like we can find additional structures here. Here come the infested. We have to hold them off until sunrise.
Just targeting individual structures and then gonna come back.
If our
No,
base
that makes
won't be
sense.
infested, this planet will be
A lot of
gone.
Tychus, you can even just like
The fire
push on
rage out
through
commanders.
the night in a lot of cases. It might not be a good idea
Have
with
to do it at night.
more limited
Don't
gear,
worry if you
but
can't kill the virophage tonight.
Yeah, no. That's why I just wanted to
Back
stay on
tomorrow.
like get that one section, you know.
oh yeah, because
all
it
good.
clears out my section.
Our allies' base is under attack.
What do I want?
One of our barricades is being hit hard. Allied
Okay,
forces
so
are
yeah, I'm
under
down here.
attack.
This is fine.
Upgrade complete. You'll have to defend that barricade if it's gonna stay standing.
I mean, I'm able to. I have 3 heroes and I got to 4/4, so I think it's
Allied
pretty
forces
good.
are under attack.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a pretty good group out. Mineral starving is kind of hitting me harder than I thought.
Our allied
So I
base is
tried
under
sending
attack.
SCVs out, but it's during the day. But it's actually quite challenging to
Allied
stay on
forces
top
are
of
under
that.
attack.
simply because
Yeah.
the stupid infested outbreak stops you from being able to do it.
That it does.
They're under fire.
I have Odin, so I can frantically nuke a wave.
Allied forces are under attack.
I'm gonna move
Should
Nux
be
to the
al-
upper left.
Allied forces are under attack.
Thankfully, the Alexander seems to be tying them up a good bit.
Our allied base is under attack.
That help is welcome.
Our allied
Get a
base is
bunker.
under attack.
I can try to get that. Oh no, that's not a Nidus. Okay, it's fine.
No, yeah, it's a stank. Should be. I think you should be all right. Do you have the anti-armor shell upgrade or
Yes.
a couple more rounds?
I do.
The
Okay,
infested
good.
will be
Yeah,
here
then
any
you should be
minute.
all right.
Bad man. Get the lead out.
Oof. Oh wow, I'm
Allied forces
south
are
is having some
under
trouble.
Oh dear.
Those things are resistant to sunlight.
10 seconds, I'll have
We have to be
apocalypse
the
up.
ones to kill it.
I'm just gonna. I hate to do
Oh,
this.
that works. Yeah.
Anyone wants to attack us now too?
And now I have to kill the stank.
Perfect.
Hold on. Actually, I'll just take the south lane then.
Allied forces are
The
under
right
attack.
lane's open now. I'm gonna try to get over there.
More hectic than I expected. The spotters just keep turning off my bunkers.
Yeah, that actually is. It's just sort of an unlucky roll for the way that we decided to do this one.
Our allied base is under
19
attack.
seconds. I don't think.
Allied
Well,
forces
we
are
might
under
be able to
attack.
win it in the next day
Our base is under attack.
if we're really, really
Awesome.
lucky.
I mean, messing up my economy doesn't
Allied
matter
forces are
that
under
much
attack.
because.
Well, the thing is, we're still going to be getting hit during the day, so
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, but most of my stuff, like my defenses, are still mostly up. It's just the fact spotters keep turning them off.
okay. Cool. Well, I'm
give it
just
a
gonna
check.
not worry about my economy, and I'm just gonna try to push to win.
Push as far as you can.
Commanders, here's some more structures to burn out.
I'm just gonna individually target the structures. I'm
Halfway
gonna
there,
get +5
commanders.
attack,
Keep it
and
up, we can still save this planet.
If we mess it up, I have my backup of Haunted Order, which is another one I was thinking of doing, and just airstriking.
oh
everything.
yeah, that one's that's a free. I mean, I could do Mengsk too.
Yeah, man, I was thinking of Manx. Manx is probably like one of my favorite commanders, but they've slim pickings. I imagine would hurt him pretty hard.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, his units are cheap. It's using the Odin is gonna slow down my ability to push here, but
That's all right. Should get most stupid.
I think this area is gonna be what ends up being left.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll try to get north.
Allied forces are under attack. I've got another sector with structures on my scanners.
And I can always, I mean, I can call down Odin at night to buy us like a little bit of time, but
Yeah, I'm a little worried about. Oh gosh, I didn't mean to Sciameter that.
Allied forces are under attack. Allied forces are under attack.
do like the Zerg structures count? Or is
No.
it just the build? Okay.
It's just infested buildings, which is a little confusing on these kind of maps.
SCVs are under fire.
You'd think I would know that by
Allied
now,
forces are
but-
under attack.
That's all right. They thankfully mark it, so it's helpful.
Yes.
Whatever it takes. Walk the walk.
Our base is under attack.
Just going through and sniping the buildings and ignoring everything else.
Your command center's about to burn down. I didn't see some.
Allied forces are under
Do we
attack.
lose if that happens?
Only if you lose all your buildings.
Oh, well, that might still happen here.
Yeah, that's entirely possible.
Can't fix stupid.
Allied forces are under attack.
All right.
Allied forces are under
I
attack.
admit, yeah. I
Let's,
think
you want to
this
just
is the
restart
last-
now, because this is not going to work.
I think so. Yeah.
But
Oof.
advice against it.
Oh, vastly underestimated.
Spotters, man.
Yeah.
I guess
Spotters and how few minerals I'd have.
Yeah, well, the bunkers were made more expensive, and then I guess turrets would have been okay, but then I mean, that's just even less minerals.
Yeah. So and the benefit of going Haunted Horror also is their salvage means that we get some minerals back if we do lose units.
Okay.
So I can go then.
Should I make to go like a more defensive focused commander?
Yeah. If I'm gonna especially because if I'm going Haunted Horror, I have 0 static defense. I could cover like 2 lanes at max, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty much anyone could cover that, I think.
I think I'll do Carrax.
Oh, Garrick's will be good.
They changed. Carrax was my favorite with the cheaper combat units, and then they ruined it.
They ruined it.
How dare they?
Go on the BattleNet forums, see how much salt there was.
I mean, I get it, right? It just anytime you quote nerf something, he's still very strong, but they just changed what made him strong, I suppose.
Yeah. This is going to be the comp of us never leaving the base. Just because I'm probably going to strike fighter and you're probably going to cannon up.
Yeah, I'll make cannons, and yeah, I guess we could just win with strike fighters. I'm
still going to go a Reaper squad for the daytime. but,
okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna make zealots, just run them
That
around.
works.
There's really nothing else, no other point.
Can always go the tried and true 25-minute carriers.
Yeah, I mean, again, on slim pickings, my units are explicitly more expensive, so Zeratul would be good too, because I get free geysers at the beginning. That's a lot of money saved. You don't
Yeah.
need probes.
Listen up, Commander.
This wouldn't be too bad because also his
Serious level of
cannons
infestation here.
can serve as an
bullshit.
option. Yeah.
These monsters
Less
are
than they
dangerous
were.
at night, but they burn out
I-
during the day.
I have not, ever
That's
since their
unfortunately
nerf, I haven't been able to use them
structures.
correctly just because of their wind-up time, but I know a lot of people who are very good at Zeratul, and he's still bullshit.
Mm-hmm. He's fun though. I mean, it feels like he was rushed. Maybe is the word I would use. I don't know. He's like he only has much more limited play style for sure.
Yeah. It's a weird concept. I don't know. I don't like how much automation he has. I feel like
I agree. Yeah.
it wouldn't have hurt if they just had us be able to click the upgrades.
I completely agree with that. I think too easy. Yeah, it's a funny way to put it, but it's true. He's a little too too
there's-
straightforward.
Yeah, too much is done for you.
Yeah.
And I get that it's to focus around the artifact finding mechanic, but
See, I like the idea of the artifact finding. Like, I wish more commanders had like almost these goofy little mini games. I find that really interesting.
oh yeah, I agree. And they even said that they wanted to make a commander with like that kind of gimmicky mini game kind of aspect. Gimmicky sounds bad, but you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So this is a weird. I see this sometimes. For whatever reason, just in some games, Karax will have the Judicator skin on its pylons, and you have it right now. And I've searched really hard to find out what triggers it, and I can't.
Is it because I have the Judicator skin equipped for
No,
melee?
I tried that, and that still didn't get it to work. But
Huh.
to this day, I have no clue how that works.
That's odd.
Oh, right. I need supply depots.
Night's almost here.
Oh, right.
I'd start getting ready to deal with the infested if I were you. I've got another sector with structures on my scanners.
Okay. Also, this is giving you vision of some of the outlying structures, so this kind of works.
Yes, definitely. This is I'm a little behind because I was trying to get some Reapers out for.
My cannons are instant, so I'm not in too much of a rush.
Oh, that's true.
That's the last of the sunlight. Our defenses have to hold until the night is over.
Oh, I need a whoops. I need a gateway to make shield batteries.
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh god, probe run!
Karax's weird tech tree.
Yes.
Keep your distance from those.
I mean, I don't need that. The thing is, like, you don't need that many cannons to be really effective still as Karax, which is a nice feeling.
No, his cannon, especially with shield battery support, is pretty bullshit.
Well, I can't make shield batteries. It's the problem right now.
Oh, right, yeah, because of the...
I will eventually.
Not enough minerals.
Someday.
Put your harvesters to work.
I guess this is a situation, though, it's still worth trying to saturate. It's just the earlier you do it, the sooner it'll pay off, but it's like it's a big investment. Like I said, it's 50 trips back and forth to pay for itself, which is just nuts.
Yeah, I keep building some SCVs, mostly because I need to get these gas up, but I don't want to completely not have any income.
Yeah. I think we found a decent amount of resources there at the beginning.
Yeah, I've got a pretty kickstarted economy, because I'm not going to go for units, probably anything other than Reapers. I could go Widow Mines now that they're mineral.
Chrono boost activated.
Sorry, I just did that without telling you.
Oh, it's all good.
It's a no-no.
It's I had the research I needed queued, so.
Kaboomers, actually. Probably the best.
Yeah. The worst would be for me chokers, because they stun and bring down my galleons.
Yeah, that's... Horner is one of my favorite commanders, but they're just so crippled by certain mutations because of that.
Definitely, yeah. That was certainly one of the more creative ones.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Manx... all the newer ones, since, like... Trying to think of like who was like probably after Alarak. I would consider them all like extremely unique.
Yeah, I would say so. I was trying to think like Nova. Well, Nova's pretty unique. It's always why I find it funny people get really like strict on like, oh, we need to have this race of a commander next. Like these things are so far divorced from the multiplayer races at this point.
Exactly. Yeah, like Stetman is Zerg. Or Terran, it's unclear what he's considered in the game.
The
I think
game
he's considered Zerg.
He's considered Zerg, and it's the eternal debate that I know is going to spark something in the comments that Stukov's considered Zerg. And everyone's like, no, but he has Terran units. They're just use a Zerg skin. It's like, the game calls him Zerg.
Yeah. All right, you're up.
Time to get to
All
work.
right.
I've got
We have to
Purifier
burn away
Beam.
the
I'll just
top of
drop
the
it
infestation
somewhere.
Before the day ends. Start with the
Okay.
structures I've marked.
Your ally requires your aid. Your ally has entered the fray.
Oh,
Stand
it's
as
like
one.
a bomb. We're not done yet.
So I have
Commanders.
the
Here's some more
Strike
structures to burn out.
Fighters, or 10 up. I should be real good.
I'm going for resources, and that's pretty much it.
Oh, that'll be. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I'll make sure that we get
The enemy defiles
defended.
your base. Slay them.
The nice thing is Reapers
Your
are
ally
also
has entered
crazily
the
good
fray.
against buildings.
Stand as one.
The
Yeah, I'm
strat
glad
camp-
that they kept that for co-op, but isn't it funny to look back at Wings of Liberty and realize that those things just blasted through buildings the way they did?
Oh god, yeah. The old back in the alpha when Reapers were amazingly overpowered, the only thing Protoss could do was you had to build a cannon in your mineral line because Reapers just destroyed you otherwise.
Yeah.
You got out before you get anything. They've always been a weird position, even in multiplayer.
Your ally has engaged the enemy.
But the strat on this map for campaign is always get Reapers and then do this mission.
Yeah, like, oh boy, Hellions. And they're just off. They're awful. They're just awful. Like, if you, I think Hellbats would be great. But,
But they didn't invent them at the time.
the weird thing about that campaign mission, I'm sure you know this, is every building, it counts as light.
Yes, that was to make the Hellions actually useful. And
Right.
That's the only time that shows up.
Like, including spine crawlers.
Yep. Well, that's because spine crawlers are considered just on that map and not on like stuff like this. They're considered part of the things you need to destroy.
Right.
Dominion aircraft in motion.
Your base is
Let me share something that I hate. I hate that the sensor tower in the middle is it looks like a freaking mineral cluster.
I was thinking exactly the same thing last game. It's like, oh look, a mineral I need. Oh, never mind.
Every time.
Too far. There isn't much
Got
time
fooled.
left in the day.
stand as one.
Sending you the coordinates for more structures.
Oh, I'm actually flush.
Told you, man. Just focusing on those resources.
Yeah, shoot. Alright, I gotta fall back.
Another night, another fight.
Well, the nice thing is this
Keep
gives
them
me
out of our
vision.
base. Like the hustle, but I'd advise against it, commanders. It'll be easier to take out the structures in the daytime.
Floating a ton of resources.
Incoming
Not
hunter
resources.
They're cliff jumpers, so watch out.
Gas?
Spear of Dune energy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's something that's always nice to dump.
Warp field inaccessible.
I will try to get you a cannon behind you.
Enemy defiles your base.
Oh, do we have,
Slay them.
Hunterling.
Get a Widow Mine, but I think you mostly have the defense covered.
For now.
Yeah.
An upgrade has been completed.
I always like, and it's a shame because I would have gone Mengsk if it weren't for, I feel like he gets more crippled by lack of economy, but him with Earth Splitters on this map is just insanely
Sure you
fun.
wanna do
Oh,
that,
yeah.
Night commanders? The infested will be here any minute.
Yeah, when I was leveling him, that was the one thing I was really looking forward to was this map.
Yeah.
Your ally requires your aid.
Mengsk is pretty fun. I've enjoyed him a lot.
Again, just another he's just weird. Like what a novel concept that they
No
did
one
for that
expected
one.
him.
That's, I mean, sometimes that's part of my concern though. Is sometimes they're like, we've just got to do whatever is the weirdest thing, like, because everyone's expecting Selendis, so we've got to do something really vague.
Yeah.
Like the next one's gonna be Gestalt Zero or something, you know?
Christ. Blast from the past. I have said that I think that if they wanted to do that, they could probably do it for Valerian. Bring back Gestalts.
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
like a Mobius commander.
Or Umojin would, I think, make
Yeah.
some kind of sense for him.
I like it as like a backup thing, maybe like because I read concepts where like, oh, he can summon other nations' militaries as like a diplomatic thing. But him like having a full Umojin thing always like, I don't know.
Your ally has
He's still the Emperor. I know. Arcturus mostly took that fantasy. But
Yeah, yeah.
it just feels wrong to me.
Your ally
Agreed,
has
yeah.
entered the fray. Stand as one.
Oh,
Daybreak is just around the
Probably
corner.
unnecessary,
Hold the
but
line
it's
until
fun.
then.
It's fine. Yeah, just focus on having an offense to move out after all this. I wish I
Yeah.
could give you my stockpiled gas. I really wish I
Yep.
could.
Your ally requires your
Oh.
aid.
What I could just do have my forces actually
The enemy defiles
with
your
the
base.
underlings.
Slay them.
I'm gonna go back to focusing on picking up
Sunrise. That's
resources.
our cue to move. We won't have enough time later.
I've
to
just been
destroy
focusing on
structures today.
strike fighter bombing.
Oh yeah, I was wondering. I was wondering where your army was during the nighttime because I was looking at both entrances and didn't see anything. And it makes more sense now. Like you're just gonna win the game by doing that. So
Yeah.
Not all battles are won through
Or, I mean, I should have been focusing a lot more on.
no, I mean I think it makes sense to me.
Yeah, I've got that 10 strike fighter pile going.
Oh, you know what would be awesome is if your strike fighters could pick up the resources as they flew out. Can you imagine?
Oh God, yeah.
A little too
Your
good.
ally has engaged the enemy.
Yeah, we're in a much better position this time.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Without a doubt, yeah.
Probably even do the bonus if we wanted to.
I'm sure you could with the strike fighters, yeah.
Yeah.
Your ally has entered the fray. Stand as one.
Well, I haven't made any units. As long as you're cool with that, I'm just
That's
not
fine.
going to. Yeah.
I just expected it when I heard Karax.
Carrick's army is always. I love the zealot or the sentinel energizer
Yeah. Oh, Energizers are crazy.
colossi combo. I love it.
And honestly, you might even want to consider just dumping one at each entrance because if I recall, they do help cannons. Like they just improve.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
their rate of
definitely.
fire.
Yeah, I will.
Do not let this
Just,
transgression go unpunished.
Getting more resources. That's all.
Your ally has entered the fray.
Begin the
Stand
attack.
as one.
Hunt and Horner call downs are also some of the best. Like just because
Oh,
you
yeah.
have two that are just huge area destruction combos.
It was always Horner was so they when they announced co-op, they had like a dossier of like, oh, this is wave 3 of commanders, and it was Karax, Stukov, and Horner. And for so many years, everyone's like, "Where's Horner? What are they gonna do with Horner?"
Entered the fray.
Yeah, when they mixed them together, I was like, what the hell? But
Yeah,
again, that was
I
a
think-
situation where they didn't have enough for one commander, so they're like, just put them together, it'll be cool, and it was.
yeah. It's like you can't. I guess you just can't do a pure air unit commander, especially because Raynor has battle cruisers, and yeah, there's a lot of other air units already been taken.
There's a viral phage out there, commanders. Kill it if you can, but you have to do it at night. You have until
Oh
sunrise
wow, I
to
can
attack the
even
viral
afford
phage.
battle cruisers now.
If you can't kill it now,
I didn't
nice.
you can come back to it tomorrow night.
Well, if you want to go for that Virophage, now's your chance.
Yep. Oh, right. I didn't actually clear out any of the units because I just strike fightered it.
You'll have to
I killed
defend
some
that
of 'em.
barricade if it's gonna stay
Yeah,
open.
you got him with the purifier beam. Though a number, yeah, the hybrids spawned. Ow.
One of our
Just focus
barricades
on,
is being hit hard. You sure you want to
wiping
do
these
that at
out.
night, commanders? The infested will
I
be
will
here
say
any
one of the
minute.
things that
Stand as one.
what am I thinking now? My brain just totally it just collapsed into itself. I don't know what I was gonna say.
It's all good.
Recording, man, sometimes.
No, I've like I was saying, I think it was actually that might have been cut, but it's a
Yeah, it
lot
was cut.
harder when
Yeah.
you
Ally requires
talking with and playing at the same time and trying to have some semblance of entertainment other than just silence.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can say stuff, but like to make any sort of sense, it's surprisingly difficult. Besides being like,
Yeah.
oh well, I'm gonna move my probe over here and make this cannon now. I'm gonna come over here and make this cannon now, like, and just like that. It's,
Yeah.
you know that you can do that, but having a conversation is surprisingly difficult while also still playing the game.
Exactly.
Not to
yeah.
tap myself on the back too much, but it's just people would be surprised, I think.
No, yeah, and I mean, even I, like, when I look at things like, oh gosh, why is Jay, like, missing this? Like, oh, because it's hard to do this while recording.
It's it's definitely something that you can improve at. Like doing it enough now, I miss way less than I used to, but
Yeah.
it's still always a challenge.
has engaged the enemy.
Minute.
And this is my first ever recording debut, so I'm still very rusty at it.
Don't get too bold
Like,
out there. If our base
For the for the weeks that we played, I think two pretty tricky mutations were in the weeks that we've been playing. So
Yeah, yeah,
is that one on Part and Parcel, and then
yeah.
Get up. Night comes
Propagator
to an
one.
end soon.
yeah.
God, I don't even know what we would have done if there wasn't a set pattern for them.
Right, yeah, the Propagator one, it's just, how do you cheese this? It's really that straightforward.
Your ally has entered the fray.
But I advise against it, commanders. It'll be easier to take out the structures in the
Running out of
daytime.
energy. I have enough energy on my spear.
Oh, well, that's
These-
always good.
Flippin' aberrations, man. Holy shit.
They
They're
are
nightmarish.
Yeah. No, they are explicitly designed to break the strategy we're doing.
Under siege. Your ally has entered the fray. Stand as washed.
I will say they've gotten, even though some of them have been
Requires your aid.
nightmarish, the more recent mutations have been
Almost all of
clever
infestation.
in their
Let's finish
combinations.
the job.
Yeah, I know a lot of people got really worried when they were when they started repeating them. Like, oh, are we just not going to have any more good mutations? But the new ones have been really good.
Yeah.
Your
I
ally has
I commend
engaged
them
the
for
enemy.
that.
Well, and there have been hundreds at this point. If they did, I
Yeah.
feel like they've earned it. Like, if they just went and started from the beginning, the majority of players would not be familiar with them.
Yeah,
Your ally
But they were also a lot simpler. Whereas now, again, now that they've ranked all the mutators, they're able to combine them in pretty clever ways. Like the only one that I hope we never see, we talked about this before, was Propagators and Polarity.
There's one that I don't think they're ever actually going to put in the game, but we keep finding it in the editor, of where it's like a robot or a kill bot, but the one player has to input a code to deactivate it, and the other player sees the code. It's interesting.
I kind of like the idea of that.
Yeah,
because it's simply like respond. It's not like you gotta click real fast. It's just like do something when your teammate prompts you. Period. I don't know. I like the concept there.
It seems really fun, but I think they're really worried because most people pug mutations, and that sounds like a nightmare if the people don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. And most don't.
Yep. But that's fine. This is
to be fair, I don't, but I know enough to beat the mutations consistently eventually. You know, like, I'm happy to fail enough to eventually be like, okay, we got it, but...
This is under speedrunning time. This is unacceptable.
Unacceptable. No solo Rainer. Who's that? That's Lil Aaron? I mean,
Aaron.
That's impressive watching that. Yeah.
Lil Aaron is insane. I respect the hell out of him.
But I mean, it's been years now where it's like, if you're coming to Jay Barrino's channel to watch the mutation, you know what you're getting. What you see is what you get, all right? There's no like, I can't believe he didn't do this. Like, we're past that. We're years past that. Straw men commenter.
I still mass battle cruises in campaign, and that's how I do it. Oh, and we got one more structure left.
Here come the infested. We have to hold
Oh,
until
I just see red on the map, and I thought that we would have to go another night, but nice job.
Never let me live this
Yeah, strike fighters are really good.
Yeah.
My good friend's Catsicle is obsessed with strike fighters, so if you're watching, this is for you.
Hey, so I'm curious, what is the Slam Jam Guild?
Oh, I had made that explicitly to get the icon next to my base, and initially it was the Charles Barkley and Space Marine armor, and then I changed it to UED because I am nothing if not the worst kind of Space Jam fan for how awful it is.
Well, I don't know if it's confirmed. I know there are rumors that LeBron James was working on a second one.
Oh, it's been confirmed. There's been talks of it, so
nice.
I don't know. I'm worried. I don't think it'll be it's not the same without the 90s.
That's an excellent way to put it. It's not the same without the 90s. That's the perfect description of Space Jam.
It's a beautiful disaster that could only happen once.
Nice. Well, this one was fine. You know, one failed attempt. You live and you learn. But this was fun.
All right. Well,
very nice. Well, thanks for joining us this week, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.